Sebastian is considered one of the hardest bachelors to marry, but once you do, you get a cute frog sanctuary in his room, with actual frogs. So yes, it's worth it. His gifts aren't that hard to get either. Frozen tears can be found in the mines, and you can befriend Linus for the sashimi recipe. The real problem is his schedule. He spends most of his time locked in his room. But once you reach 2 hearts, things get a lot easier. My goal for this challenge is to marry Sebastian before fall. It might be close, but I really want to push my limits. I also won't be using the wiki for anything during this run. I'll be relying purely on my own knowledge. I do use the wiki a lot, especially when it comes to gifting, so I thought this would be a fun extra challenge. When I first played Stardew Valley, I managed to marry him before his birthday, which I still think is pretty impressive. So now, let's try to beat that record. This run is unseeded, and I decided to play on the hilltop farm. My original plan was to get enough copper for 5 bars my pickaxe early, making the mines easier. Unfortunately, that didn't quite happen. Still, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, even though I know I could have done better. And you'll see why very soon. While the first day plays out, let's talk about friendship points. To reach 10 hearts, which is when marriage becomes possible, I need 2500 points. That's a lot. Talking to a villager gives 20 points. A loved gift gives 80, and quality matters. However, I can only give 2 gifts per week, with a small bonus of 10 points when gifts reset on Sunday. Outside Pierre's shop, there's also the Help Wanted board. Completing a delivery quest gives 150 points. Sebastian usually asks for crops to throw at the mountains. So I made sure to plant every crop available, just in case he might ask for one. With all that in mind, I started the run by greeting Sebastian on day 1. I studied his schedule thoroughly before starting, so let's hope I don't mess up anything. By day 2, I immediately start fishing. It's the easiest early game money, and honestly, I love it. I need that gold to upgrade the house and afford the mermaid pendant, because marrying my beloved Sebi is top priority. Naturally, I plan my fishing route around him. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, if he's outside, I'm there to give him my affection. In the mines, I focus on collecting as much quartz as possible. It's one of Sebastian's liked gifts, and it will carry me until I can get my hands on frozen tears. Friday rolls around, my first official gift day, and boom, 45 friendship points. Not huge, but it will slowly add up. The next day, I hand him another quartz right before he leaves to hang out with Sam. I don't have time to chase him later. Reaching level 40 in the mines is more important. And I do hit the frozen levels, which means one thing: frozen tears. I grab as many as I can, and all this spoiling gets me a full heart before the end of the week. Yeah, I can tell he's falling for me already. I spent whole next day getting more frozen tears for my beloved, and of course I gave him one of my spoils. Look at how happy he got! Aww, cute! Day 9 comes with rain, which means Sebastian will either go to the beach or hang out with Sam at the salon. So I wait, patiently, while fishing. And then I get distracted and wander off to the mountains for absolutely no reason. Whatever, talking to him still gives me 20 points, so I'm going to call that a win. I spent another day fishing and finishing a delivery quest for other NPC, mostly for a very special and very secret weapon. Also, while recording, I decided to add a little extra spice to this run. I didn't want to gift Sebastian any universal loved or liked items. No easy mode. Instead, I challenged myself to collect as many of his personal liked and loved gifts as possible. The ones listed on his wiki, like frozen tears or sashimi. I didn't even have to gift all of them, I just wanted to see how many I could get before the run ended. But on Thursday 11th, tragedy happened. Sebastian left his room earlier, and when I went to talk to him, he was already back inside. I was internally screaming. I forgot him for one whole day. I cried myself to sleep that night. What a disaster, not being able to talk to my future husband. To make myself feel better, I unlocked the community center. Why, you may ask? I'll tell you when the time comes. For now, I donated the spring forage and visited Sebi before he left to play pool. I attended the famous egg festival just to get the friendship points, to be honest, and to listen to the story about rotten egg tossing. I was such a good listener, I earned myself another heart. He's getting whipped. Another Marnie delivery quest done and daily conversation with my men. What a lovely day. On my way to visit Sebastian, now that I can freely enter his room, I stumble into his two-heart cutscene. The dialogue here doesn't affect friendship, but I watched through before gifting him his favorite frozen deer, as every week now. I spent the next day chopping down trees to upgrade my house, so when Sebi realizes how much he felt for me, he can move in with no problem. And, funnily enough, we bumped into each other on my way there. How romantic! And I unlocked the tight boost soon after, to access the old mariner when Sebastian is ready. I'm not rushing him. Not at all. The following day, I checked the help wanted board, and finally, Sebastian has the need to throw a green bean at the mountains. Yes! Look at how happy it made him. Aww, what a cutie. And that's a big friendship boost for me. Also, another trip to community center, finishing sticky bundle and the blacksmith bundle, all to unlock the bulletin board. Lucky me, I got the exact remixed bundle I wanted, Helper's bundle. What does it give, you may ask? The sacred star drop tea. Total overkill in a challenge like this. This is my secret weapon I mentioned earlier, and only exception to my no universal gift rule. I finished another bundle in community center, got deeper in the mines in hopes of finding magma geodes for obsidian and watched Sebi beat Sam at pool. On Saturday, I had a small chit-chat with Sebi before I went deeper in the mines. That's it. He was so busy with his friend when he should clearly be busy with me. He's probably still in denial about how much he loves me. I finally reached 4 hearts with Sebastian the next day, which means he'll agree to dance with me during the upcoming flower dance. I was so excited, since I've never danced with him before actually being married in year 2. To sweeten the deal, I ran into Sebastian working on his motorcycle as I was leaving the mines. This dialogue has no effect on friendship as well, so I just picked the answer that felt right. I gifted Sebastian another frozen tear, which he always responds to with, "Oh, how do you know it's my favorite?" Like, honey, it's been 3 weeks. I know your favorites way too well by now. It's so nice to be able to freely walk into Sebastian's room and apparently listen to him complain. It's flower dance time, and for once, I have a partner. Suck it, Abby, that's my emo husband. And look at how happy he got. He was grumbling just a moment ago, and now he's smiling. Marnie's right. Love is in the air. I caught Sebastian on his way to the ocean the next day. He was complaining about Maru this time, but as a future wife, I patiently listened, which of course earned me more friendship points. And on my way to the mines, I spotted a little frog! Too bad Sebastian didn't see it. But what I hope he sees is my new little bow. Just look at me now! He has to admit he loves me now! And wow, we reached 6 hearts today. Totally because of the bow. It worked, guys. He even asked what I did when I wasn't working, and this time my answer mattered. Saying comic books gave me an extra 30 points. He'll be mine in no time. I re-entered his room and caught Sebastian playing Solarion Chronicles. The game! With Sam. I agreed on joining and I got C writing. I don't wanna talk about it. I completed the boiler room in community center today, unlocking the minecarts. I love this, and they are a quick shortcut to the Robin's base. I mean the mines. The mines, obviously. I want to get obsidian from opening magma geodes. Duh. On Sunday, I visited Traveling Cart, and she had a truffle oil, which I bought. Listen, I needed to rain to get the pendant, and if the weather didn't want to cooperate, I might need a rain totem. but that also means I need foraging level 9 and 5 pointers. I really hope I won't need it in the end, but better safe than sorry. Also, I bought another bow. I think this one's better, and I started to work on my foraging level. One more Sebi gift before end of spring and we're heading into summer. I planted a few summer crops and spent some quality time with Sebi. As always, we had so much fun, we hit 7 hearts. Just one more and we can start dating. I also caught a gold start quality sturgeon today, since the luau is slowly approaching, and we want that friendship points too. A quick morning chat with Sebastian before I went back to chopping down trees. Next day was much more eventful. Sebastian put up a delivery request for a topaz. Topaz. Dish gem. I rushed to the mines to collect one. I never keep them for some reason. But I got it in time and delivered it right away. First day was a rainy day. Damn, I really hope I won't need the rain totem in the end. Sebastian talked about frogs today while heading to the beach. Still 7 hearts. Another small talk with Sebastian, and I swear he's flirting with me. Finally, he's accepting his love to me. Or not. Because he went to Sam's room just before I could talk with him. I waited very patiently for 6 in-game hours, watching them hang out. Totally not creepy at all, but hey, it worked, and I finally hit 8 hearts. If only Pierre wasn't closed. It's all your fault, Sebi. Couldn't you wait a few seconds for me? You're not worthy of me. And yet, I can't help being drawn back in. I gave him the bouquet, and my heart melted. I felt even more determined to get this bad boy on my farm. The next morning, I greeted my boyfriend with a frozen tear, and he said I looked great. Told you, it's the bow. On Thursday and Wednesday, I just talked with Sebastian. He gave me some interesting dialogue, and then the luau arrived. I added my fish to the potluck, and the governor was pleased. But Sebastian, however, was not impressed. We were still stuck on 9 hearts. So close to marriage, yet so far. Then I remembered the hidden prize ticket behind the Bookstar's balloon, and I finally got my hands on Stardrop tea. Sebastian was delighted, and we hit 10 hearts that very day. All I needed now was a rainy day, which just so happened to be on Saturday the 13th. Sweet! I bought myself a coffee to sprint through town and gave Sebastian the mermaid pendant. We kissed, and I rushed back to the ocean, enjoying a cute moment with my fiancé. I think he finally realized he needed to return some affection after all those frozen tears. He took me on his motorcycle and we kissed again underneath the full moon. It was so cute! I slept straight through to our marriage day. But the stupid green rain event happened. Ugh, the wedding got pushed back a day. If that hadn't happened, we would have gotten married on the 16th. But instead, it happened on Wednesday, summer 17th, year 1. And if I'm not mistaken, that might be the fastest Sebi marriage. World record? Maybe. Let's see how many of Sebastian's personal gifts I managed to get without really trying. People say his gifts are hard to obtain, and yeah, some of them are rare, but most of them came naturally just from playing the game. Frozen tears and quartz from the mines, and while I was down there, the monster companion and combat quarterly dropped from enemies. And of course, a flounder from casual fishing. Easily the simplest one of the bunch. Linus also mailed me sashimi, which I just threw into a chest and completely forgot I even had. I'll definitely give this challenge a second attempt in the future. I just know I could do even better with more planning, but honestly, I'm really happy with how this turned out. And with that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments which marriage candidate I should stalk and bother next time. Check out my other videos and I'll see you there. Bye bye!